Yo, you now tune in to another episode of the PVR podcast. It's your boy King Haas.
It's your girl in Couture.
Right now, we got guests to the room. My man Shaka El Bay was good. Shot.
What up? What up?
You know he coming to get interviewed, but he's still working. And then we got Kia El Bay. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Carbon Juice Lounge in the building. You know the sea moss queen. You know if you need your good sea moss, you come ahead and you hit them up, and you know we get the things going. We do things the health way, the right way over here. There's a lot going on.
You want to vote for? Because for me,
Nobody.
Even
I'm
if
not
it's too evil,
I'm not
to
voting.
be a secret.
be with
I'm
the
not
voter
voting.
for the lesser evil.
I'm
Sure.
not voting.
Because we know at the end of the day, the vote for the presidential election is the popular vote, which is me and you.
That's a fact.
Our vote doesn't really count if you really understand how this thing
I signed
works.
a petition for that.
It's
right?
it's you know what I mean. Their vote is based by electoral votes.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning that what New York, how many New York has like what 20-something electoral votes, something like
We
that.
don't know who they are.
So we don't know who they are, but
And
there's
who
20
elected
something.
them to be in that position?
Exactly. So guess what? Meaning that
you think?
really all you have to do is influence 20-something people in New York State to go ahead and influence that vote or whatever. It's not your vote. It's not my vote. If the popular vote mattered,
And you
Trump
think-
would have won it in 2016.
I
And
was
then
just
the
about
thing
to
is,
say
you
that.
think it's
If-
New York City. It's not New York City.
It's
them
New York
sm-
State.
It's New York State.
Those
so
small
they're-
counties.
So the Suffolk counties, the
Yeah.
Levittowns,
Where
and the
the
Smith
people with the money
towns.
where
People up in Albany.
Yeah.
You know how we can prove that your vote don't count on the federal level with this presidency?
It doesn't.
Because of the Trump and Hillary situation. The most popular voted for Hillary. That's hands down. She had double the votes.
But
Not
that's-
double. And these electoral, whoever the hell these people are, said, "Oh, you know what? We don't trust what y'all said. We're still going to put Trump in." So that's the end. If y'all not focused on your governor, your mayor,
Your
your
local-
county,
your local-
the
your
local
local council.
councilman,
You
your
got to deal
president-
with your government
yeah,
and the local.
Listen, where you
yeah.
live at,
Facts.
I agree with
your governor is your president. You need to be.
Hold on. Quick question. Is this it got? Did y'all see the Reverend pastor who got indicted?
Whitehead.
Yeah, Whitehead Lamar.
Yeah.
He said
Oh, scandal.
they wanted him to be a snitch on Mayor Adams.
What?
Yeah, and how he's gonna appeal. Yeah, that just clicked in my head when you said
Wow. I can believe that.
Why they doing that?
Yeah,
to my
well,
man
I
like
can believe
Why
that.
they doing that? To
Well,
Brooklyn.
that. Baby.
Yeah, Adams
what
will get a second
about
term.
with your man Eric Adams had made? He had a statement about a new policy, and 50 Cent had said something about that policy,
And he answered back to him.
and this is how you know
man,
that
make me
this
upset.
whole go along to get along gang is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eric Adams publicly said, "Well, tell 50 Cent to call me so I can explain it to him."
Mm-hmm.
Then he explains to him. 50 Cent get back on and said, I just spoke to Eric Adams and I think his policy is going to be all right."
Let me
I think it's gonna be
explain
all
this in
right,
full.
y'all.
The 53. This is what the 53 million that everybody is livid about him giving to the new immigrants that came in here. 50 Cent tweeted, "Yo, Adams, you got me messed up. You giving them 50-something million, and everybody else in New York is already suffering. You giving them." So he's seen that tweet, heard what he said, and announced publicly when he was in his room addressing whatever.
Yeah,
and said,
tell him to
"Well,
call
50
me."
Cent, I need you to call me so I can explain what's going on." So 50 it called him, and they had their conversation, and then 50 gonna retweet, "Oh, everything is fine. The plan that he had is good."
No.
Can we know about the plan? Can is the 53 million come to me and my kids?
That's a fact.
Is it coming to the people that was already in the shelter before they got
No.
here?
No.
What is the plan? Okay, because as far as I'm concerned, I live in Spanish Harlem. All right, they over here, they walking around, they're smoking cigarettes, they're getting their nails done, they getting money, right? Now, allegedly, the black people are always lazy, always on welfare, all right? I can show you a news clip, right? This is the news. I think it was Fox News, where one of them went viral for going live and stating, telling all his people in Central America, "Come over here, have your baby over here. I'm getting $1,000 a month. I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing." And the news reporter was over here reporting and saying, "This is where our tax money is coming." So when I don't want to hear nothing about a black person not working every day in my life. I don't know. I think I
Facts.
might start to, I might
Facts.
just jump over the counter
Facts.
and I might just have a heart. Because crackheads work where I'm from. Crackheads
Yeah.
hustle.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
All right? In Africa, they're calling us lazy. I've been over there in the motherland. Oh, you Americans, you black people, y'all lazy. All right? When I tell you the disrespect is real across the border when it comes to black people, I don't want to hear nothing about no welfare. They got 53 million. Adams, I need to know what you and 50 Cent discussed because I want to know what the 53 million
And I gotta add this to that
PPP.
also.
We got our PPP,
And don't get me
right?
wrong,
I ain't
like, you know what I mean.
gonna
I love my African brothers, but some of y'all, man, with this with this tribalism, y'all got to stop. Because at the end of the day, y'all came to this country. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all, to
Yeah.
get it, you know, to
Y'all
go for a
want
better
the
life,
American
to get
dream.
away from the oppression that you was dealing with in your country through colonial powers, empowering some of the people that look just like you to go ahead and keep you down. So, like, you know, I had an argument with the African brother.
Can I ask you a
And
question?
the brother told me, well, you black Americans don't do this. You black Americans don't do that. And I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. In your country, y'all got militias killing each other also. Only difference that in your country, you call them militias. Where I'm from, they Crips and Bloods. Same thing.
What do you mean he didn't do what he said? What
But
was he stating in that conversation?
Basically, he was trying to say that all black Americans do is kill each other. I said all Africans do in Africa do is kill each other as well.
And enslaved.
But you see the
So
ignorance.
so the problem is that, you know, we fighting the same oppression, just in different continent or whatever. Because guess what? When I go to if y'all go to your country, the white man goes to your country and goes ahead and says, talks to your president or whoever's in charge, say, hey, listen, we're gonna go ahead and give you XYZ to let us come in here, take your resources, take your land, but we're gonna take care of your family and your immediate circle and make sure you're good. But we need that.
When you talk to them,
But when you tell them no, you can't come in my country, then guess what? The white man looks for your enemy. And, you know, your enemy is somebody that looks just like you 9 times out of 10, correct? Oh, it has nothing to do with black on black. That's just period or whatever. Like, if you're Italian, your enemy is probably Italian. If you're Chinese, your enemy is probably not a Chinese man. If you're Japanese, your enemy is probably not a Japanese man. You know why? Because your enemy is the people that you are around most of the time. So, you know, all that black on black stuff, I don't want to hear that or whatever.
I'm sorry to say this, my black people, okay?
But hold on, let me finish. But the point I was trying to make to him is that, yo, you have wars that are funded by European governments where they're funding Africans to kill other Africans. So what are you talking about? What makes you better than me? There is no difference. The same oppression and the same systematic racism that's going on over here is going on over there, or what have
What
you.
was his response?
He ain't had no response.
All right, you want to know why? Is he's talking to a brick wall, okay? Because let me explain something to you. When Trayvon got shot, did you see any Africans protesting? Did they come out to protest with us?
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay,
I don't remember.
when all of these people got shot in our neighborhoods, they never come out to protest against us. But when Amadou got shot, we was all out there, right?
Yeah.
And black
Yep.
people, you are the nuclear race. You are special.
Mm-hmm.
And let me explain something to you. Me being a traveler, I've learned one thing, and David Banner said it a couple of times. For some reason, the blacks, aka African Americans, aka Moor, aka Christian, 7-Day Adventist, or whatever we calling each other, niggas out here. I'm talking about us in the Americas, the North America to be exact. You are hated by most, even the people that have the same skin color as you, because of the system that they told them about. People that come in this country already have a preconceived notion about you before they even get here.
That's a fact.
All right, and I know that for a fact. But you are the most emulated in this whole world. Your swag, the way you walk, the way you talk about everything. An African will come here and he will get an apartment faster than anything in the world. There's no difference between us, and them. The only difference is that the same way
supposed to be one.
we are brainwashed, they're brainwashed over there to hate us. And that's the way it's going to be. It's like that in the Dominican Republic. It's like that in Haiti. It's even like that in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
You're Yankee, man.
Yep.
All right? Even like that. It is something very rare and unique about us to where the whole world is training them to not like us. They keep thinking that we're crackheads. They keep thinking about this because everything that Haj just broke down is what it is. There's no difference. In fact,
But-
it's even worse in other places.
But
That's a
can
fact.
Point
you
blank
see-
and period.
But you can, all right, come being Jamaican, right? What you see depicted on television
Yeah.
and what they show us of America and Black Americans is the lazy people, the crackheads, the drug dealers, poverty. We don't know. Like, I didn't know about how Central Park was the
Seneca Village, yeah.
Seneca Village. I didn't know about that. I didn't know Lake Lanier was actually built on cemeteries. I didn't know none of that. So that's what I'm saying. What gets depicted to the Caribbean, to DR, to Haiti is that Black Americans are lazy. They don't have no ambition. They don't want to work. They want to live on Section 8 and public assistance and stuff like that. But then you come here and you're in poverty, living amongst them, and then you do have, let's call a spade a spade. 9 times out of 10, you have the working mother who's working 3 jobs and trying to make it for their kid, but
That's
then
a
you got
fact.
that 1 or 2 ghetto woman who they got 10 kids and they living on public assistance, and that's all they want to do. They don't want to go to work. Why? Because they're going to lose their food stamps. They done made friends with Ak and Poppy because they know how to cash out on their food stamps. They selling their food stamps. They doing, come on.
But why is it? What is it? It's something so unique about us where we're trained. Because my father's from the Caribbean. My father's Jamaican too. I'm Jamaican. But what is it? So why is it that the whole world is set up to think of us in that way? And when they get here, they still see it the way they were trained. They don't
that's a
even
good
say in
question.
their mind. They don't even say in their mind, damn, everything. I said,
It's what
look
you
at that
train.
African guy. Like,
what
you
you
here
train.
now. Now you here.
It's what you're
And
trained.
now you going, alhamdulillah, everything I learned over there is not the truth, man. We all in the hustling, we all trying to do something.
But again-
But he still got in his mind, just like some of my family
A
in the
colo- a
Caribbean,
colonial
and my family
mindset.
in the Caribbeans, you know what I'm saying?
It's a colonial mindset.
It is a colonial
you know,
mindset, but then you got to
It
think
can't,
about it too.
reframe
You
it.
come here from another country and you're willing to take that job that no other Black American want to take, and then they're gonna look at you like, oh, you a third class, you a third world citizen. All that. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
It's hand in hand.
Jamaicans will look at a Black American and be like, they lazy and they don't have no ambition, and a Black American will look at a Jamaican like, y'all work 3 jobs and that.
Y'all slaving.
Yeah, y'all slaving. It's not slaving. I gotta provide for my family.
American Jamaican though.
Huh?
That's where I find myself, American Jamaican.
Shut up.
But not for nothing. It's like at the end of the day, it's just man, it's just messed up altogether, man.
Yeah.
On a light note, before we fade out, I'm gonna ask a question because I think that we got another guest that's a couple minutes away or what have you. And it's for everybody. Is female rap ruining hip hop?
I think right now female rap is holding hip hop.
Explain.
What have you learned over the past 5 years?
Over the past 5 years, what have I liked, learned? I haven't learned shit besides shaking my ass
You want my honest opinion?
and fuck my baby daddy. But I mean,
It is
I
what it
think
is.
it is holding hip
I
hop.
love her. Listen, the 50th hip hop anniversary, which people have an issue with that date or whatever. I looked on the list and there was a very small amount of females on there during that time.
That's a fact.
But me being a conscious woman, like I'm very conscious, I'm proud that there are a lot of females in hip hop, but I'm not proud of the content,
The representation.
the representation of it. So it's like, you damn it, you do it, you damn it, you don't. We got the numbers now, right?
We
the
have
numbers turn, but the content is not right. It's not something that I feel like my daughter should be listening to.
What you
I
think,
like the
Shop?
beat. I flow with Cardi sometimes. I flow with Nicki.
What is the state
But the Sexy Reds, I like some of the stuff too.
it's
I like the
state of
Glorilla.
where music is at this time, because social media has been the main influence of music as of late. These past 5-10 years.
10 years, you can
Come
say.
on, like
There's still somebody pushing that. There's some what's her name? Candace Owens did a little bit of research, even with Sexy Red. She went into the
I've been agreeing with Candace more
label
lately.
the label
Surprisingly.
that supports Candace Red. She gave the 2 men that owns that, and then she gave the background of those 2 men. So although we have all this content and social media being influenced, there is still
It's still somebody pushing.
and there's still someone who more than likely is a white Jew or some black person that's connected with the white Jew that's really pushing this out. That really is encouraging that. So
I agree.
don't
No,
Tip,
but
don't go away
why,
from that.
why? But why do you think they encourage it? Because social media pushes it. That is the quickest way to reach a child.
It's deeper than that because, like you said, it's the quickest way to reach a child because all your kids got
Yeah.
social media. But also,
Look.
what's the biggest influence in the world today is the hip hop culture. So, like back in the day, we gonna take it to the '90s. You had the Queen Latifahs of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and I, T.Y. Who you calling a bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Don't know
You
what
had
they are
MC
right now.
Light. You had different other people, and then it's kind of like then you got Kim and Foxy. Don't get me wrong, I love Kim and Foxy, but they created a different narrative. So now it's kind of like after they came out or whatever, how they came out. Now it's like, nah, y'all all got to come out like this. So it's just kind of like in the last 20+ years, when you a female, they want you got to come, part my language, pop your pussy open.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that there's a lot, like right now in New York City, there's probably more talented females than males. But because, you know what I mean, a lot of times, you know,
they're
boxed in a certain world, they got to go ahead and present themselves a certain way or what have you. Like Sexyy Red, like I said before in another podcast, she's the epitome of the average hood girl throughout the United States of America. If you go through every single city from coast to coast, from LA to New York to St. Louis to Miami to Chicago, all the way around, there's a Sexyy Red in every corner in the hood.
I see something different. There's a power force pushed in the negative into the internet, not the internet.
Now I'm about to get into that.
Demanding it. There is a
demand on the
strategic,
internet.
calculated plan that is pushing it into the internet.
I agree that, but now
from the algorithm.
Now I'm getting into.
There's people behind doing this.
Now this goes back to what Cat Williams says, right? What did Cat Williams talk about? The industry plans, right?
It's a fact.
There are different people that are industry plans. There are people that I suspect that are industry plans. A lot of people suspect that she's an industry plan. Some people might say Cardi's an industry plan. Some people might say Megan Thee Stallion's an industry plan, and other people or what have you. You know, allegedly. So it's kind of like, yeah, there's a certain machine that's like, this is the narrative we need to push. This is the image that we need to push. These are the lyrics that we want to push. Because guess what? You'll have youngins like her age, you know what I mean, singing those lyrics and being brainwashed, thinking that it's okay, and they end up being sexually over. What's the word I'm looking for?
Overly sexy.
Or overly, you know what I mean, promiscuous at younger ages or whatever, which causes more deterioration amongst the quote unquote indigenous black community as a whole.
I must say this.
As parents, you got to step up and teach them right from wrong. You cannot, TikTok cannot raise your child.
Exactly.
But and then they got to stop with this. Being confident and in tune with your body and your sexuality is totally different from being over promiscuous. And that's so now they're pushing that narrative. Oh, well, let them be free. No, we have a right to, but then you also have a right to respect yourself and your body too.
That's a fact.
And whatever you think that line is right, you know right from wrong. I don't want to get into the details of what you think may be what may be good or not. You know right and wrong, because whether you're doing the Quran or you want to use the Bible, we know what's right is right and wrong is wrong.
Because you just know.
The one thing that I got to say about what y'all talking about, is, in a nutshell, there is a lack of creative individuality in hip hop. No matter whether it's the females,
or the males,
whether it's the males, everything is extremely overly redundant.
Facts.
It's the same thing.
You know. Yeah, and there's nothing gained from it.
None.
But more of the status quo. That's all that's going on right now.
You're absolutely right.
That's why you don't have no hip hop record. No more. You didn't have no one hip hop record last year.
you don't.
Last
you,
few years.
Yeah, last
Last
few
years.
Because
few
women are the
years.
number one artists.
But you think about it.
What you talking
Just
about?
think about what they were saying about
It
Cardi.
ain't selling.
Look how she made Bodak Yellow, and her first album was good. It's been over how many years now?
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't dropped the album. She hasn't dropped a number one single.
But you got rap artists that's
But
going in
she's
the
still
country
making
now.
money. You get what
Right,
I'm saying? The
right.
Off her
endorsements-
name, because she's a
off her
brand.
name,
She's a
yeah,
brand.
like off
Right.
her persona, like she's
And-
Cardi
and
B.
That's not making money off her hip hop
She
like
had
that
the
right now.
that's-
babies for delay that. They wanted her to work, but she had the babies to stall it.
Nah, but what I'm saying
Stall
is,
it. You gotta
That
work.
don't even matter. No
I mean,
more.
you gotta work, but think about it. Just like
Sexyy
you
Red
said,
couldn't stall
there
it.
has been no number one hip hop
She out there.
song.
Because females is in charge.
But it's the same. But whether or not females is in charge or not, it's the
Are
same.
they really in charge?
Thing.
I'm talking about, I said they dominating right now.
Are they dominating? But who is backing them? Who is telling them, "I'll
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
this
right.
money, but
Bro,
you
you
gotta
need to
do
hear you.
this"? You understand what I'm saying? Who's giving them the money to do it? Like, and let me tell you something. Although we're not using our creative minds to put out music, we're still creative people. We just are told we can't do this because this is not gonna fit. This is how it has to be done. Look at Bone Thug. Remember, he said he went into a room. He talked about this going into a room where they was talking about, and they didn't know what it was about.
Crazy Bone.
Crazy Bone. They didn't know what the interview was about. But then come to find out, they had all these rappers, all these artists in this room, and they had to push out a narrative. So that narrative, this is how you know this is all calculated. It is all calculated. Sexy Red, somebody is telling her she got to do it this way. You got to keep your clothes off. We got to
I
do
just
this.
think
We got to do
Can't
that.
take off
I
even though
think
you
she's
pregnant.
But-
naturally that hood chick, that hood Nancy chick, and they just played on it.
She do give me that. That is true. But look, we got what's that? What are the two girls? The one that Scarlett, she's doing a good job, right? And we got to support that.
There's some very, very talented
We got Lola,
sisters out there
Lola
doing
Brooks,
it. That's creative. They
support that.
you
We
know,
got Billy
they-
B. Support
they challenge themselves to do a little bit more than
They're-
status quo.
they're
They're
fighting.
not.
Okay with
they-
streaming.
Yeah,
That's
I
another-
think
that's another story
and the
altogether.
girl and the
Yeah,
girl
that's
code.
crazy.
That's
Support
another
the
story
girl
altogether.
code.
That would've never happened with us.
Support
You know
the
what
girl
I'm saying?
code.
yeah.
Still selling CDs. If it's up to men.
And before we about to wrap up, but bottom line, y'all got
That's true.
y'all artists, y'all got to learn about selling your own products or whatever, whether it's on your own website or spots or websites like Bandcamp.com or Biz.com or what have you, which
Or DistroKid.
or DistroKid, other platforms, because that streaming ain't working for you.
TuneCore.
Y'all get back to going ahead and really sell,
What's the other one?
selling your own products or whatever, because you have 100,000 listeners, but you ain't getting you getting like, come on, even major artists, even platinum selling artists aren't getting money off of streams.
May I suggest something? If you are super talented, you need to get you a C corp or LLC. You need to shout out, reach out to Shaka or myself, and you need to have a website as an artist, and you should be having some sort of merch. You should be or you could create some videos
Take
and
notes.
teaching people how to make bars. You should be a business owner.
Take notes, y'all.
This is the best time in life right now. If I know how to spit bars, I don't care if you call me a Kruger. I'm going to have a website and I'm going to be selling stuff. And this is how you're going to get your money. Straight facts. This is how you're going to do it. Don't just focus on the music. Use the music to create your six figures and build your legacy. That's what you do. Use your talent. You don't have to worry about making it mainstream. You don't have to worry about anymore being on a big major record label like Interscope or whatever. Right now, get an LLC, get a C corporation, learn about trust, take that, put in a trust. And as you're on the road, even if it's locally, you could be making so much more sales than you would getting 0.0 of a penny for a goddamn stream. Period. That's the real flex.
On that note, you better get you a LLC and do business on your own. All right, so we're going to wrap up this podcast, this episode of PVR Podcast. It's your girl, In Couture.
Oh, your girl, Goddess Kia, thanks for allowing me to express myself today.
Thank you for
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate you.
You got Shaka L Bay in the building. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to upgrade your lifestyle, you can email sundaybuild the number 7 at gmail.com. We have classes, not classes. We have conference call sessions. We do a webinar twice a week, and we have 5 days of learning. So therefore, get with us, learn a little bit more about how to make a difference, start to chip away at the cliches that's been put out there about us, and just get to that next level. Sundaybuild7 at gmail.com.
Right.
Much love, y'all.
Thank you.
PBR podcast. I know what it is.